Woman walks down the street with a cane.
My mom never ever let me say, I can't do this because I can't see.
Man in a power wheelchair goes down the sidewalk. Disability doesn't mean inability. It just takes a little creativity. A woman sitting on a wheelchair.
This is how I use my phone.
A man laying in bed.
How I use my tablets.
Split screen, woman using phone with mouth stick and hand swiping tablets with a brace. A hand typing on a keyboard.
This is how I type with one hand.
A woman sitting on a chair.
This is how I put on my shoes.
A woman sitting in front of a sofa.
This is how I tie my shoe.
Split screen of a woman tying a shoe with her mouth and tying a shoe with one hand. A woman sitting on the bed.
This is how I get into bed.
Man sitting on a wheelchair next to the bed.
How I get into bed.
Split screen of woman getting into bed and man getting into bed.
One leg at a time.
A woman sitting on the sofa.
This is how I put my hair into a ponytail.
A woman sitting at a table.
How I put my hair up in a ponytail with quadriplegic hands.
Split screen of a woman putting her hair up with one hand and the other with two. A woman curling her hair with one hand.
How I curl my hair.
Split screen of a man in a wheelchair being carried down steps. A woman in a power wheelchair entering a minivan on a ramp. We all do things differently. A woman in a wheelchair opening a cab door.
This is how I get into a cab.
Split screen of a man lifting his legs into the car. A man lifting himself into the driver's seat from his wheelchair. A man running down the street.
This is how I run.
A man in a power wheelchair with his martial arts instructor breaks a board with his kick. Split screen of people playing wheelchair rugby and a bobsled going down the track. A woman standing in a gym.
This is how I box.
Split screen of a man skydiving and a man riding a skateboard with his wheelchair. Challenge limiting stereotypes. A woman holding a paintbrush.
This is how I'm painting.
A man in front of a canvas.
I paint with my mouth.
Split screen of a woman painting with her mouth and a man painting with his mouth. A man jumping on a trampoline with a toddler. See the value of our differences. A little girl standing in front of a dollhouse.
This is how I play.
A man in a power wheelchair pulling a little girl in a laundry basket tied to his wheelchair. A woman sitting on the sofa signing. This is how I communicate with signing.
And voicing.
A man holding a hearing aid.
I am deaf and I wear a hearing aid.
A man in a wheelchair holding a dog leash.
This is how I walk my dog.
A man in a wheelchair being pulled by a dog on a leash.
This is how I roll, y'all.
Split screen of two men wheeling with their dogs. A woman holding a writing device.
This is how I autographed the book that I wrote.
Hand with a brace writing on an open book. A man in a wheelchair with a microphone.
This is how I sing.
Split screen of two people in wheelchair dancing and two people on their feet dancing. Split screen of a woman in a wheelchair dancing with a man and a man in a wheelchair dancing with a woman. Split screen of a woman in a wheelchair kissing a man and a man in a wheelchair hugging a woman. Split screen 4 ways, 4 different women smiling, one is hugging someone. Because we're all people. A man in a wheelchair with a microphone. Split screen of a woman in a power wheelchair wheeling at the store and a man walking next to a man in a power wheelchair going down the sidewalk. Let's show the world what's possible. Close up of a woman.
You can do it, I can do it, we got this, guys.
Text on screen. Post your own hashtag this is how I photo or video on social media and tag AbleThrive and challenge 3 friends to do the same. Celebrate abilities, change mindsets.